Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Nick, and I'm gonna laugh at myself. I'm gonna tell y'all what just happened. Because this is how we live and we learn, and I'm not ashamed in learning. So we start the show at 8:30, right? And you guys know I start things on time. I'm a value a time person. So I did everything. I hit the button, I played the intro, I talked to our guests, and I was just talking, and I realized that I didn't hit the button to go live, y'all. So I've been talking for the last 4 minutes and just was excited, and nobody was listening because I didn't hit the button. But anyway, this is what happens when you can laugh at yourself, when you love what you're doing, and you can make mistakes and you can fail forward and you can keep it moving. So I'm just going to repeat everything that I just said because it was important. So I am excited. So welcome to another session of Adulting in My Purpose. You guys know that I'm always excited to be with you each Wednesday to share personal growth tips with our millennials to help to equip, inspire, and empower you all to go out and truly see, own, and achieve your dreams. But today, as I said last week, as entrepreneurs, we always looking for different ways to kind of shift things up, to expand, and to scale up business, to do things differently. And so we decided to add some few new segments. And today is the launch of our first new segment, Millennials Making Moves. So we have two wonderful millennials that are doing their thing out in the marketplace, and we're going to hear from them in a few. So I will come back with teaching in a couple of weeks because we have some more new segments that we're going to launch out in the next couple of weeks. So it's exciting, when you can do some new things and to grow, and we can expand and help more people. Teamwork makes the dream work. We're working together to truly make an impact. So again, I am Dr. Nick, your favorite personal growth coach. And I'm always excited. So for those that are watching for the first time, let me do an official introduction of myself. My name is Dr. Nicole Rankin, and affectionately known as Dr. Nick to many. I am the CEO of the Cole Academy of Personal Growth, and we are a training and development company for students. So we're helping students gain some of those soft skills that they need to be successful, not only in school, but in life. We're talking about self-awareness, social awareness, their relationship management, goal setting. So all of those soft skills, their leadership skills. So all of those soft skills that they need to be successful, that's what we help with. And not only do we help with students, we help the educational leaders and the leaders that support them in helping them with their leadership development, their personal growth skills, and their communication skills, and helping them truly up-level their thinking and the way they lead our next generation. So I'm just excited about the journey that God has me on. I always say that I'm a new entrepreneur, but this has been since 2017. I have been out in this entrepreneur life, and it has just been an amazing journey. So that is, we started, hey, Alex, happy Wednesday. Welcome. We started Adulting in My Purpose probably around in April, right? When the pandemic started and we had to quarantine and self-distance. And I wanted to do something different. And it came into my spirit to start this Adulting in My Purpose movement. And Adulting in My Purpose, for those that don't know, came out of the journey that I had with my own self-discovery, and is now published in a journal, Adulting in My Purpose, available on Amazon. Shameless plug. So for those that don't have the journal, go out and order it on Amazon. It's a personal growth journey journal that help you with your self-discovery and trying to get clarity for those who are stuck, maybe needing direction, maybe needing just some guidance. It will help you in those purpose. So adulting, it was birthed out of that. And now we have a whole Facebook Live online show. You see how that works? When you step out to do something new, the doors just open and creativity flows. So that is where Adulting in My Purpose came from. And we are here every Wednesday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, doing some great things. So like, share, start your watch parties, because we are going to start our new segment of Adulting in My Purpose, Millennials Making Moves. So I want to introduce our guest today, and these two, you're getting. You guys are getting double, not just one, but two guests. So I had met these two about maybe over about 2 years ago, I think maybe. Now I met them at a business meeting, and we started a partnership with other business leaders to help entrepreneurs with their business operations and to up level their business. And when I met them, I just loved their spirit, right? I usually click with people, and not everybody, but some people I click with. And when I click with people, we have that connection. They were just on fire. They were very ambitious and young, and truly wanting to help and serve. And that just drew me to them. And I've been watching them grow over the 2 years and truly making a difference in the marketplace, and just doing great in their business. And I can say they are truly two millennials who are making moves. So first we have Terrence Hight Jr., and he is what they call a four-time serial entrepreneur. We're going to ask about what that means when he comes on. So Terrence is a serial entrepreneur, and for decades he's worked as a business operations and healthcare revenue cycle expert for over 24 startup companies and major Fortune 100 healthcare enterprises. And during his career, he has implemented large upscale healthcare technology solutions, managed six-figure consulting projects, helped to secure over 1 million in funding for multiple startup companies. Right, so they're doing their thing. He truly has a passion for education. He's become an adjunct part-time faculty member at colleges, helping college students as well. And in all of that, is married, plays the saxophone, and raising 4 boys. Right, so he's doing this thing. And then we also have Bridget Joy. She's a 3-time serial entrepreneur. See, these serial entrepreneurs, we're gonna have to understand that's a millennial thing, y'all. These serial entrepreneurs. Bridget is in the branding. She's a brand design and digital marketing pioneer. She inspires and empowers people to create marketing that your customers will resonate with. So for those that are interested in branding, she's very strategic in her marketing strategies and has helped many companies and entrepreneurs with their branding. And she too is out there doing her thing as a marketer, graphic designer, web developer for over 10 years. And she's a mother as well. So all of this greatness, impacting, doing their thing, and still raising their family, going after their dreams, and making Millennials Making Moves. So welcome to Adulting in a Purpose, Terrence and Bridget. How y'all doing?
Hello,
Good. How are
hello. Doing
you?
good.
Awesome. So good to see you. We were just talking before that it's been a minute. We met about a little over 2 years ago, and
Yeah.
just connected, and we haven't seen each other in a while, but we've been connected. Thank God for social media. We've been connected
All
through
right.
social media, and I always see them doing great things. And when I thought about who to bring on for the first session of Millennials Making Moves, they just came to mind. So thank you for answering the call, and thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank
So
Thank you
you.
for having us. We're excited. Very
Yes.
excited.
awesome. So let's just get into it. So I just want to ask you guys. So together, guys, I about them separately, but together they come together to build a business called the Business and Brand. So tell us how you all got started, and how do you end up where you are today?
All right. I'll start that piece of the story, I guess, is my company was the Height Effect. It started in 2017, and we focused on the hard skills, right? So you mentioned the soft skill, the EQ pieces. We focus on finance, operations, business plans, and setting up businesses. And what I found is that people had great operations, but their marketing was terrible. So I said, okay, I'm going to go on this journey. I'm going to find a marketing partner. And then that's when I met Bridget.
Right. And so I was running Design Show Marketing, which is a brand identity company where we help small businesses and startups build a cohesive and professional web design, any kind of print collateral. But I was thinking, I was like, once we do that, I just don't want to throw my clients out and, sink or swim. Like, how can we get them to the next level? So that's when me and Terrence decided to partner together, because it only made sense. We complemented each other.
I love that, because I use this phrase all the time, that teamwork makes the dream work, right? And it's amazing to see that, two individuals have two different skill sets and two different dreams of what they want to do, found each other, came together, and making a greater impact. So that is amazing. So Bridget, I know I told you I was going to ask you a little bit more about the branding part and branding marketing manager. What exactly do you do, and what is branding? Why is it important? And tell us a little bit about that.
So a great question, because these days with social media and digital marketing, everybody just throwing the words at you. At the end of the day, it's important to me that business owners understand what exactly brand is, and then what I do as a brand marketer. So I'll start what branding is. And branding is not just your logo, it's not just your website, it's all of those elements put together. So when you think of, Dr. Nicole Rankin, what comes to mind? How do you know that you need her services? And as far as me being a brand marketer, what I do is more than connect your services to your target audience. I'm looking for that long-term relationship, how to extend the lifetime value of your clients so that they love you and the company.
I love that. I love that. So we hear these buzzwords a lot. Branding is one of those things, and sometimes people don't even know what it is and what it entails. So it's good to get that knowledge. So, you guys are millennials, right? How do you
we made it.
You made it, right? How do you feel about being a quote unquote millennials? I do a teaching with a lot of companies on helping to bridge the gap with communication with millennials. And we know there are a lot of characteristics, there are a lot of negative connotations where millennials are concerned, right? I did Google, and they say, you'll hear these words: millennials are entitled, or they're lazy, or they, all of these negative connotations. But we know that you are all amazing, doing amazing things. How do you feel about even just the word and surrounding millennials?
Yes, okay. I can start with it. Yeah. I mean, the word, we hear it all the time. It's thrown out there. It's so much. It's like blood's coming out of our ears, right? But we, there are stereotypes with every generation. Is really how we feel. And we look around and we kind of practice what we preach. So we believe that we can defy the stereotype by basically still being ourselves, at the same time figuring out how to work cohesively together. And that's why I think, 60-70% of the people, the mentors around us, and then businesses that we work with are baby boomer owned businesses or Generation X owned businesses. So that'll be my answer to it.
I love it.
Yeah, and I'm proud to be a millennial. I like to consider myself, which I tell Terrence, an elder millennial, because I'm on that later end of the scale. But I think the time period that we've been through, especially with technology and music, I think we experienced like the most like transition and turnaround. So we've kind of had to been raised to really adapt and overcome pretty much in anything that we do, including business. So I love it.
Awesome. So thinking about your ability to adapt and overcome, what would you say was one of the biggest challenges that being a millennial, establishing yourself in this crazy world that you had to face, and how did you overcome it?
You want me to take that one, Bridget?
Oh, absolutely.
I'll say the biggest challenge would be establishing that credibility. Just because, again, there are so many connotations and preconceived notions that you have about millennials. So when you go in, it's automatically like, okay, now we have to establish that we're here. We are capable of doing this. We've done this before in corporations, so we can do this on our own as well. And then, just building those relationships over time.
Yeah, and a lot of times when we walk in the room, we have to give our history kind of as that credibility. So we always have to kind of take it back and bring it forward. When most times, with the baby boomers, they just kind of go off of what's presented in front of them. So it's a lot of telling the story over and over again.
That's a good point. It's some things that we don't think about because we have these negative connotations with the a whole entire generation. So
Hmm.
now, when you're coming to be serious about business, about money, you can get the side eye sometime, like, what do they know?
Right.
And again, like you said, each generation had that because we've gone that. I'm Generation X, so I've been called a young whippersnapper from the baby boomers and the ones beyond. So these are things that just happen. So you
Right.
guys are business owners. So tell us about your journey into entrepreneurship, and how did that work? Did you always know that you would be an entrepreneur, or is something that kind of evolved over time? So tell us about that story.
Yeah, so mine kind of evolved over time. As my mom said, I've always been hard headed. So, saying that I went into the military, a place where you have absolutely no options as to what you do. And so I guess that's when I really figured that, I really want to make my own way. I want to be able to cut my own check because, as you know, even in corporate America, when I worked there, no matter how hard you work, your check is still going to be the same at the end of the day. And just knowing my ambition and what I put into projects to get results, I didn't want to do that any longer. That's how I knew it was time.
And I would say with me, my entire childhood up until college, really through college, I wanted to be an attorney, but I wanted to be a music attorney. And as I worked in different apprenticeships and different roles in, attorneys' offices, when I spoke with them, they were like, "You don't sound like you want to be an attorney. You sound like somebody who needs to get an MBA and go the business route." So I was like, "No, no, no." Well, then I get to graduation and realize, okay, I don't want to be an attorney. I do need to get an MBA, and that's literally kind of where my transition was. I worked for and started my first company right when I was 20 years old. Had no idea what I was doing, but I knew I had a passion and loved that. So that's kind of just all kind of tumbled together, and then just kind of just met later on in life.
I love that. I love the idea that you all in a generation just really know that you want control, right? You want to live your own life, carve out your own destiny, and we're seeing a lot of this with this generation. They're opting not to go the traditional path for professional careers, but we see a lot more millennials moving into entrepreneurship to hone in on skills that they could earn a living doing and creating their own life. So you guys did that, and wow, it's amazing. So describe, like, okay, what a typical perfect work week for you guys would be. And I laugh because I already know what time they wake up and they be at
Right.
Starbucks. But tell the people
Right.
what a typical kind of what the work day looks like for you guys.
So I'll kind of start off, I guess. I would say with us, our work week really starts on Saturday. So we meet probably maybe 3 or 4 Saturdays out of the month. It's just kind of sporadic, but around 5 or 6 a.m., like we are physically either at the office, at a Starbucks, before we had an office, we were at Panera, but we meet and call those executive Saturdays, and we invite the interns and just different teammates. But that's how we get the week started off pretty solid because we set our plan and our strategy for the week on Saturday, can review it on Sunday, and then on our morning leadership meeting call Monday morning, we can relay that to the leaders, and then that evening we relay it to the rest of the team. So for me, that's how the beginning of the week would start, and I kind of let Bridget take and tell you how the rest of the week would go.
So the good thing about Terrence and I when we work together, it's like the perfect synergy because he knows that I'm a morning person. So I'm that person at work who has the coffee and it's like, good morning. And Terrence is more of the night person, but it works out perfectly because when he's going to sleep, I'm waking up. So someone is always working on the business. And the way you start your week is how you end it. I say that every Monday because I love Mondays. Most people don't. But when you're an entrepreneur, your whole mindset
Right.
is different when you go into work.
Right.
When I worked a 9 to 5, I remember wishing on Monday that it was Friday. And then when I realized that that's not the mindset that I want to live because life will pass you by, especially
Mhm.
those 30s, it starts going quicker. So the perfect work week starts with Terrence and I meeting in the morning so we can set our plans and know what our team is doing. And then as we wind down in the work week on Wednesday, we know either we got to take it into 100% or, we've met our goals. So
Mhm.
work week.
I love it. I love the idea. You want flexibility. Uh, and guys, when I tell you they do wake up and be at Starbucks at 5 something in the morning, I used to get texts at like 5 and 6. Like, what are they doing up so early? Out and about, and I love it. You know,
Right.
and it's talk about work ethics, right? You talked about being disciplined and creating a plan and being intentional about your day so you can be the most productive, right? And it's all about when you're creating and leading your life, taking those steps and putting in those habits, right? They become habits and disciplines that you need to be successful. And I love the fact that you touched on the need to do that. So, because there are some millennials out there that's wondering, like, you know, how do I do this? How do I do that? You know, what do I want to do? So they're getting inspiration. But I want to go back to Terrence, because you mentioned that you have a team and interns that you're working in, that you're leading. So let's talk about that portion of your business, because you're a millennial, and most of them probably are millennials as well. Am I correct with that?
So they're Zennials.
Okay. So we're going now.
Yeah.
Wow, we're going now into Generation Z. So wow. So this is even better. So let's talk about just how, as a millennial leader, how is it just leading even another generation? How do you keep them motivated? How do you keep them engaged in your team?
I would definitely say it's a challenge. It took us. We thought they were millennials. This was, I guess, with the first or second intern that we had. We just assumed they were millennials too, and then we didn't realize until things just didn't start to click and this didn't work the way. They were like, wait a second, this is a whole nother generation. And then ever since then, we've only gotten pretty much Zennials in. But it's definitely a challenge. You have to really mold yourself and learn from them. Things like social media, like, you know, when I was first starting college, freshman year, social media was big, so we were all on Facebook. Well, I talked to them about it. None of them have Facebook at all, and they barely have an Instagram. They're like, social media, we don't do that. You know, TikTok. So it's just definitely a gap. I can let Bridget add in if she wants to.
Yeah, like Terrence said, absolutely. You know, you would think that these Zennials are on social media, but, you know, you got to think us millennials, we started with MySpace. So, you know, I like to say, hey, started this whole movement. So we know, but like Terrence said, you know, they may have one social media platform that they're on, which it may be Snapchat. And then also people have to realize, because everybody's like, how do you get interns? We need them. They don't realize that it's a different generation. And I know we all say that. You know, I worked when I was at 16. I started, you know, my mom, let her tell it, she worked at 10 years old. But you know how it changed over, you know, time. But these millennials, not all of them, they never worked a day in their life. You know, they went straight to college, and this is their first time that they're in front of executives. So we have to teach them how to communicate before they even start their job. We have to teach them how to send a proper email or how to address an executive. So that's something that I really want to make sure that you guys out there listening who are really considering interns to help you. It's a curve. It's definitely a curve.
Awesome. And it's funny that you said that, because we did a part of another partnership that I have with the Black Entrepreneurs Institute. We did a teaching on yesterday about engaging with millennials. So just the fact that you said now that there's a difference, and I know I talked about, like, even the attention spans of millennials is 11 seconds, but then when you go down to Gen Zers, it goes down to 8 seconds. So it's like you got to get them quick, or it's a wrap, right? So I love the fact that you guys are taking the charge and learning how to bridge those gaps, because that's what leaders do, right? Leaders step up and make the difference and put in the investment to find out methods and ways to connect and engage with those they serve. So kudos to you guys on doing that. So we know that they're like, now you're experiencing things that the Gen Xers and the baby boomers are saying. I can't work with that generation there. So give for those that are out there that may be watching, that are baby boomers or Gen Xers or even beyond, you know, what are some tips, advice that you would tell them on how best to engage with your millennial generation?
Okay, so I'll start it off, and the way I feel to engage is, as Terrence and I always say, the art of storytelling. Because they're able to, you know, we learn through textbooks and things like that, but if they can actually put us in that journey or what they're trying to explain to us, then we can, at least for me, being the creative side, that I can definitely grasp on quicker than them just throwing out, facts and stats at me. So put me in the journey of, what you need me to accomplish. What about you,
I like
partner?
that.
And mine would be kind of from what Bridget's point is of throwing out facts and stats, is to be more so the approach can be more conversational, I guess, versus direction, or if you will, or okay, hey, you're a little millennial, do this, do this, do this, or what about, versus, hey, what do you think about this idea or that idea? Because a lot of times what we've seen is that our ideas end up being, an idea that's more in the times. This is just from a client perspective, but it's more in the times or something that is more apt to work because we see things from a different perspective and different lens. So that's what I would just say, just kind of in the I guess approach maybe could be different.
I love it. So speaking in stories, imagery, and putting yourself in, and then more embracing rather than directive. I love that. I love that. So those
And
are
also,
good
I just want
tips.
to add on one more thing.
Yeah,
to
come
that.
on, come
Also,
with it. Let us.
also, I think we're the generation where we always said why, and your mom was like, "Cause I told you so." So, if they can, especially I know me and my partner, especially him, he likes to see the whole picture. Like, okay, I know you have me doing this, but show me the whole roadmap. Show me where the pot of gold is, so I can, foresee what I'm about to do ahead of time, and I can, initiate those steps. So, if you're gonna tell me to do a task, let me know how it affects the overall team or the company.
That's good. Wanting the bigger picture, right? Wanting to know how it connects, wanted to know. And it's funny because just as you say that, my generation, you didn't ask why. Somebody told you something, it was either because I said so, right? And you just did it like, okay, or you may cry, whatever, or you get that backhand, don't talk back to me. Like it was a sign of disrespect. But again, we're in a totally different generation where you guys are information driven. Like you guys need information to connect the dots. And I love that, the fact that you even express that, so people understand that it's not about disrespect. It's not about not wanting to do the work, but it's just the way the culture is and the things that you need to order to survive. So that I love the fact that you guys brought that out. So I want to shift gears because you guys are doing your thing out there, helping businesses thrive, making a great impact. So there may be some millennials out there that are, in a place where they are stuck, maybe not know their purpose, not know what they want to do, and just trying to figure out their place and trying to figure out their way in the world. So what advice would you tell other millennials who are seeking their purpose and trying to find their way? What advice would you give to them?
I guess I can start with that one. I would say just look inside. I know that sounds cheesy, but really, I mean, start with your why. but really though, why are you here? What is your purpose? What is it that you're ultimately, trying to achieve? And I think in doing that, it'll help you get a deeper look at yourself, and you have to be honest with yourself. That's another thing. I love football, but I knew I wasn't going to the NFL. So you have to truly be brutally honest with yourself too. And understand not necessarily your limitations, but just understand the reality of your situation. So I think just in doing that, it's going to help expose different opportunities to you, and you'll just view the world differently. And then from there, it'll kind of guide you along the way.
Love the main thing, your purpose is your roadmap, is finding your path. And as we get older, when I help my interns, when I talk to them about their life skills and their purpose, it's like you have to know who you are. I mean, we grow up. I was telling Terrence, I'm on chapter 137 in my life at this point. But you start where you are. Sometimes I think they have a mistake of trying to look so far ahead that they have analysis paralysis. They just don't move at all. So start where you are, know who you are right now, and know what you stand for. Know your core values, what's important to you right now, and then just pave your way. Just take it step by step. When people try to look 10 steps ahead, nobody knew coronavirus was coming in 2020 was going to be this year. 2020 was supposed to be like clear vision. I remember everybody, clear vision, but as you can see, you have to adapt and overcome. So, just take one step at a time, and that's how you will find and fulfill your purpose.
I love it. One step at a time. You got you.
Mhm.
You know, this is stuff I love to do. So I'm just all excited, guys. So if you guys are watching, you have questions for Terrence and Bridget as well, put it in the chat in the comments and we'll get those answered. So I want to move to one of my favorite subjects is personal growth. I am a personal growth coach and I love personal development. And I think that it is critical and key to success. So what does personal development or personal growth look like for each of you?
I guess Bridget's passing to me.
You already know.
So for me, yeah, that happens in real life. By the way, we'll be in meetings.
I know.
You've seen it, Dr. Rankin.
Who's gonna talk?
Bridget just looked at me. No, but for me, I would say I'm a true believer in mentorship. Which is why I was so adamant that we had an internship program because that's where I gained a lot of my real hands-on experience. But that said, for me, personal development, I meet with my mentor, who he runs a pretty large multi-million-dollar healthcare technology startup company. So meeting with him on a consistent basis and actually talking to someone who's been where I'm trying to be or is where I'm trying to get, for me, that helps because I'm actually able to see someone model the way and then know the obstacles that they, basically overcame. So that's what it is for me, is just getting mentored and guided by someone who's where I'm trying to be.
I love it. Yeah. Mentorship. Okay.
Yeah. For me, it's always about self check. Just knowing where I am in life, kind of like the past question about, knowing your purpose. Personal growth for me is just knowing, what I want to do, what I want to accomplish, reminding myself of that each day, saying my affirmations, eating healthy, fitness and things like that. That's the kind of personal growth that I use in order to push myself forward. And then Terrence actually opened me to the whole, mentor personal growth because, I'm like, can nobody tell me what to do? When I first came into the business, I figured it out myself. But, he's really opened my mind up to, be humble and, these people have done it. So, you don't have to do exactly what they say. That's the millennial in me. These baby boomers don't know what they're doing, But like Terrence said, they've done it. So you take what you can, as I say, you suck up the game and then you change it to make it fit for you.
I love that. Suck up the game and change it to make it fit for you. Can we tweet that? I'll give you credit. Suck up the game and make it work for you. So you kind of went into something that I wanted to just get to kind of just figure out, a lot of entrepreneurs or just people who are going after their dreams and going after their goals and very ambitious have certain habits or disciplines that they adopt, that they do to help them keep moving forward. So I just want to know, what are some of the things that you do to help you in that process to keep you moving forward along the journey?
I know Terrence and I, we definitely bounce off of each other a lot. And that's the partnership. Because only we understand what we're going through. When he's up, I'm down. When I'm down, he's up. And, we really try to pick each other up that way. Every morning I listen to those motivations. People may think that they're cheesy, but I absolutely love them. When I get sleepy or I feel tired. And then, I have a military experience. So, they say, when we get up at 5 a.m. in the morning, we've done more than before, 60% of the people in the world. So that's what I do to keep myself motivated and going.
Yeah, so I would definitely concur with the partnership piece. Like, having started other businesses before alone is so lonely. And we talk to entrepreneurs, they talk about it's so lonely. But having, Bridget as a partner is like, okay, like she said, when I'm up, she's down, and vice versa, and we're just pulling each other along. And I think the other part is when you truly have again that introspective, like that why, and what you're actually trying to accomplish. Our goal is very, very clear. We want to build businesses and we want to own businesses. So we can help people grow businesses if you're willing to work with us and be a part of this whole vision. So I think because we have that shared purpose as well, it kind of is able to keep us driven and keep us going.
I love it. So you talked about the partnership and Bridget, you mentioned your affirmations in the morning time. I love the fact that you talked about how you guys balance each other, because they said that your worth is based on who's around you, right? Who's in your inner circle. You're the average of the 5 people closest to you. So it's important that you even brought that out. So if for those that are listening who are wanting to go after their dreams, wanting to go after goals, making sure that you have the right people around you, right? You can't have a $1 million mindset always hanging around thousandaires, right? You have to up level your thoughts and up level your circle to, and I love that mentorship piece that you spoke about, because when I meet a lot of millennials, they feel that, oh, I'm just out here all alone. I feel the pressure, I feel stress, and I think for some reason, and I know there's multiple factors that go into this thought process, that there's pressure to have this success or succeed, that you feel you have to do it alone, right? Did you all feel that, like, even going into, going into kind of adulthood and moving and then making that transition kind of from your parents and in your home life into kind of forging out your own, that you felt that you had to do it yourself, like you couldn't feel like you're failing or anything like that? Did you guys experience that?
I can say, for me, I definitely did. Like I said, part of the reason I wanted to be an attorney was because of pressure of everybody saying, you're going to be an attorney. So I just heard that. But
Yeah.
realistically, when you looked in deeply, like I never wanted to really be. It was interesting. I got the degree back there. It's a good plant for, even for the walls, good wallpaper, right? But, so for me, yeah, that's what I'll say. I digress.
Okay. And Bridget's going to come back. I know she's having
Okay.
technical problems. And then you brought that's another thing that when I'm working with young people that, I truly hone on, because a lot of times is when you're going after the dreams and you're going after your goals, is truly understand, is that goal your goal?
Right.
Is that your
Absolutely.
dream? Or is that something that someone put on you or wants you to do,
Right.
or, maybe planted a seed that, hey, you should do this. But does that dream that you have align with the gifts and the passion and the talents that you have been given, right? And this is something to consider, because I think many of us, I know many of myself included, many of Gen Xers have done it, where we went and did what our family did, or, what our person of influence said we should do, and we went down this professional life and got the degrees, and we stuck with it because that's what the culture. But then we're miserable because we're not in our purpose. We're not. So I love the fact that you figured it out at an earlier age and found your passion, and found, even if you did go down a certain route and the law agreed, looks good. It looks good on the wall, but you still found your purpose and moved and made the decision to move in that way. So that is awesome. And I love that you made that distinction and talked about that. So you guys have. Absolutely. So you guys have a business. So let's talk about the brand and the business, and talk about who you serve and what is the business all about.
Absolutely. So it's multiple segments. We as entrepreneurs, of course, where we can do everything. So we ended up with multiple arms. So the government arms would basically stemmed out of the organization we started with you, co-founded with you and everybody else to get set up. So that's where that started. That's the government arm. We have the healthcare arm, because that's where my 10 years of my professional career is, and then 15 of Bridget's is. And then we have the small business arm. So that's where everything just kind of, it's like that melting pot of all the businesses, where we really talk about operational branding. So those are 3 areas that we help. But in terms of what we do for businesses, it's everything from, helping with websites, business cards, to getting, financial strategies, leading them towards, generating revenue. Ultimately, our goal is to grow the business, and we do that by looking at the customer journey. So however we have to do that, that's how we get them there, though.
I love that. So thinking about, I know a lot with your generation there, and Bridget talked about it and touched on it a little bit earlier. Alex says you guys are awesome. I told you guys, they are out there making moves.
Thank you.
They are out there making moves. And Bridget talked about this a little bit, of how you guys want to connect with a bigger picture and a larger scope of what you're doing. So what are some of the things that maybe with your businesses or even individually that you're doing to be a part of a bigger community or some type of outreach?
Right. So I'll save one piece of it because maybe Bridget will jump on before
I know
I
we have to get
announce
her
it.
back and see what
Yeah, this
happened.
is the part, but we have a thing that we developed, which is a program that spin off another program, and it's called the E2E program, E2E. So it's Entrepreneur to Enterprise. And what we do is we go into different rural areas. So we went to Rome, Georgia, which is my hometown, 2 or 3 times, and did events there. We have relationships in Albany, but then COVID happened. So we basically give away or do free business sessions, free business seminars, things like that. Right now, we're helping 100 Black-owned businesses with our Boss Strategy, which is basically a strategic planning session. It's like a $500 value. We're giving that away completely free to 100 Black-owned businesses. So just different things like that in terms of giving back to the community. But I'll save that announcement piece, like I said, in case Bridget jumps on. If not, I'll just say it at the end.
Okay.
It ties into that though.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down just in case you have to
Okay.
come back. I just sent her a text that come back.
Right.
Awesome. So I love that part that you guys are not only making an impact in your business and growing businesses and helping business but also truly just having that give back piece. Because when I talk about finding your purpose and going after your dreams, I talk about the difference between success and significance, right? So to be successful is Bridget says she's on her way, so she's coming back. To be successful, when we talk about success, is what you can do for yourself. Establishing things for yourself, getting the degrees you want, getting the financial status that you want. Whatever it is for yourself. But when you move from success to significance is all about what you do for other people, and that's truly what I believe makes a difference, and what life is all about. What is it that you're going to do for other people? What will be your legacy? What will be, what would you leave when you leave this earth? So while we wait for Bridget to come back, I want to get to talk to you because you are making moves in business, but you have a family and you have not one, not two, not three, but 4 young kids.
Yes. It's
So
crazy. You keeping my eyes.
I know. Tell us about how your family and how I don't know. I don't think like to work-life balance, but talk about that a little bit.
Right. No, absolutely. So I've been very fortunate to have jobs where, after our first one was 5 years in between our oldest and then our second one. And so I was fortunate to have jobs where I started working at home. So I pretty much worked from home or been in the entrepreneurial space since about 2015. So with that, I mean, as I'm on this call, they're running around and stuff like that. So that's definitely helped because I'm able to run in and out throughout the day. Now, of course, I'm stopping them from coming to my office, but that helps because I'm actually physically here. It was harder when I was traveling and stuff, but we also designate as a company, family is one of the things we value. So me and Bridget designate like Sundays as the family day. So it's like, really no business as much as possible on those days. So different things like that. And then I try to get them involved in business as much as I can, my oldest one. So that's a work in progress though.
So you are training up entrepreneurs.
Yes.
I love it. It's tough. And you said the oldest is how old?
Oldest is 9.
Is 9, and then the youngest goes to how?
The youngest is 1.
Oh wow, 1 to 9, guys. You see this? So
1, 3,
you guys,
4, 9.
1, 3, 4, and 9. So I don't. For those that are out there that coming up with excuses and alibis about why they can't go after their dreams or why they can't go after their goals. Here it is, someone who is, Bridget's back. Hey, someone going after their goals, and then embracing, the family life and doing, still doing great. So, hey, that's an amazing, that you're where you are. And I love the fact that you guys, have the core value of family and making time for that, because that is important. We can be so busy in the grind that we often forget what's important, and what's important is people, right? And being with the people. Alex said you a beast. Yes. Yes, beast, right. When I said making moves, I told y'all. So Terrence, while you were not while you were gone, Bridget, Terrence was just sharing a little bit about his personal life and his family life, and how that work-life balance. I'm open that door to you to just share, because I know you all. She said, "Huh," and we were just talking about the digital piece. Her child went to their first day of school today, right?
Yeah.
So just share about how you're making moves but still maintaining that family life.
Man, I wish I would have heard what my partner said.
Good ditto what he said.
Off of it. So it's very difficult for work-life balance, because when you're giving a lot to one, especially when you're someone who gives 100%, something's going to suffer on the other end. The thing is that my son is 12, and for those of you who have preteens, that's a boy. He doesn't want to have anything to do with me right now in life anyway. So, I don't have a girl where there's conversations and painting toenails. It's more of, hey, mom, and then he's good for the rest of the day. To spend time on the weekends, like I shot, we'll ride bikes and things like that. But it's extremely, extremely difficult to spend time with him, and then forget aunties and uncles and things like that. But the thing about it is that they know me, and they know my vision, and they know the passion of what I'm trying to do. So it's never any ill feelings, or oh well, Bridget, she's trying to, they never feel like I'm excluding them from the thing I'm too good or anything like that. They just know no sunshine. They know my passion, and they know that I'm not going to stop until I do it. So I may miss a phone call or two, or a birthday, or anything like that, but they know that my heart's in it. So that's how
I love it. I love it. Alex says he must have great time management skills.
Yeah, Bridget yelling at me all day. That's what it is. She keeps me on.
Time manager.
That's it. I'm like, I can't have Bridget coming behind me. I have to make sure I show out. So
see, there you go, Alex. It's about getting the right people in your circle that's going to hold you accountable, right?
Yes.
I love it. So, Bridget, while you were going, Terrence dropped a little tea for us and said he was going to wait.
Yeah.
He's going to wait till you come back to share. Because I asked about, when you spoke about wanting and needing to be part of a bigger picture, and what you guys do as a business to kind of hone in on that kind of community philanthropical aspect, outreach aspect, to give back to your community. So he shared that there's some news that he wanted you to talk about.
Yeah, I'll let you announce it, Bridget. Look, I just gave the teaser.
No, partner, hey, you got it.
Look at see, I love when they do this.
So
you got it, partner.
So we have officially started our 501c3, the Business and Brand Foundation. So that's what houses the entrepreneur to enterprise programs. We're doing that, as well as some things with helping with some of the students getting back in schools and getting access, to the internet and things like that during the school year. So there's a lot of initiatives going on under the foundation umbrella of the company. But yeah, that was the big announcement, I guess, that we have a foundation nonprofit now.
Awesome! Yeah. Congratulations!
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. So as we're this is good, guys. I know, Alice, if you have any questions, put it in the chat. We'll get to that.
Can I add something to that?
Yes, absolutely.
So, purpose, right? And we actually had a marketing team meeting today about purpose in your brand, purpose in your business. And the same way that you find the purpose within yourself is the same thing you're going to do with your business. When your business is more about that bottom line and the overall change that it's trying to make in the world, that again is going to build that loyalty. Just like with people, since I got Nicole Branker, like she said, we click because I know she has a purpose, and that's what I'm attracted to. So do the same thing with your business. With those, what does it stand for? Those core values. And then have a purpose that's bigger than just making money. And that's how you keep clients long term.
I love it. I love it. So you got some Alex says congratulations. Veronica says
Thank you,
congratulations.
thank you,
Alex says keep making it happen. I love it. I love it. So,
thank
okay,
you.
as we're winding down, let me ask these some of the questions that I asked some of our guests. If you could change one thing in the world, what would it be and why?
Partner, you got it.
Look
Oh,
at it. Terrence, I think you already know
this
she
is
was
a
gonna say that,
yeah. I know it. I
right?
know it. I know it, man. Because I have the Falcons in the background, I would change the outcome of the Super Bowl a few years ago. That's my answer. And we would finally have a ring. So
Oh
that's it.
God. I am not a football person, but I watched that and I was like, you know
Right.
what? This right
Yeah.
here.
It was awesome.
But what lesson in
So, yeah.
that in perseverance and leadership and how to come back, right?
Right,
I
right, right. And
I use
never
that I use that analogy a lot.
right, right. There's another I saw that says success is rented. So you have and
uh
the rent is due, you have to keep paying it because I
you
guess
get
they didn't pay at that time.
you
I
got to
don't know.
pay into the end. You
Right,
got to
Yeah.
pay
right,
into the end.
right.
I love it. So that's the one thing. Bridget, will be your one thing. I'm not gonna
Wow.
allow you to pass put time on this
Hmm.
one.
So mine is more of a mind shift change.
Mm,
I wish the word hustle, as me and my partner talk about, I
Yeah.
wish that word was used differently.
okay.
Hmm.
As we, as we're getting in clients, we want to make sure that we're the right client. You're the right client for us, and vice versa. And so we hear, yeah, man, I'm hustling, but it's like, are you hustling to just keep making money, or are you hustling
Mhm.
to build a business? So that's why I just
Mm,
wish that whole mindset of I'm a hustler, mm, you know.
I
Partner, what you
like
got?
that.
Add on
Right,
to
I
right.
that.
like
Give
that.
give
Look,
me the rest of
that's
that.
my. I just add one piece is that and we were very, very transparent and clear is that we're not here to help hustlers. We're here to build businesses, which are actual, entities, establishments that go on well beyond you and actually create wealth. Okay, you can make money through hustling, and if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But building a business is different, and understanding it too. And I think why a lot of people end up stuck in the hustle versus in the ownership and wealth creation phase.
That's wow. That's a whole nother
That's a
Oh
segment,
yes,
whole
yes,
nother
right?
thing.
yes, yes. Please
That's
let
a
me know about
whole
that one.
right. Yeah, we gonna have to set that up so we can talk about that. But I
Hmm.
love the fact that you make that distinction, right?
Right.
Of in creating the life that you want, you can establish who you want to work with, right? And establish it in creating the life that you want to live. And that's amazing that you guys have distinguished that as well. So one of my last questions is, that we are adulting. Veron said, okay, team, I love that. I am not here to build hustlers. Yes, I love
All
it.
right.
Right. I love it. So you guys know the movement that was started with Adulting in My Purpose comes out of the journal. So when you think about adulting in my purpose, what does that mean to you?
Partner.
Bridget, I've gone first like 7 times so
You
far, so
have,
you
okay,
can take
I'll
it.
take it. So I'll start. Adulting in my purpose, you know, I hear that term a lot, I'm adulting now because we kind of wish we can go back when there weren't any bills. But adulting in my purpose now is just really using everything that my grandmother has taught me, what my mother has showed and taught me, and how, again, how I am making it my own in this life right now. Because, we
Mhm.
all have to go through certain ups and downs in order to learn lessons. I know for me, as I said, since I'm hard headed, I really have to learn hard lessons in order to do things. So, adulting in my purpose is being the best mom I can be, the best spouse I can be, the best um, partner that I can be, because that's my purpose. So, that's me adulting and paying
I,
bills.
Right, right.
I love it.
Yeah.
Terrence.
I would say adulting in my purpose to me would be living as it's called, a purpose-driven life. Um,
Mm,
but with an added layer of accountability, if you will. True things happen, but a lot of times I'm very, and Bridget knows says, "Oh, you may be too hard on yourself," but like I'm always looking at, okay, like what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? And but I think in doing that, while you're living in your purpose, I think you'll find that the root of a lot of the things are kind of within you. So as you adult, you get better, if you will, by getting deeper and closer to your purpose. I feel like I just said a bunch of
Centering
words,
your
but
Good.
chi,
right. It's like
Yeah.
every time just get there. Yeah,
aligning your chakra.
exactly.
I love it. Well, thank you guys. You guys are amazing. Like Alex
Well,
said,
thank you.
beast. I love it. Love what you all are doing for your own business and helping other business grow. I love your priorities and helping your family and just helping truly just make an impact in the world. So you guys, when I say we're kicking off this Millennials Making Move, you guys were perfect. So thank you for your time. Thank you for coming
Thank you.
on and sharing gold. You guys gave some great tips for those that are listening out there. So let us know if anybody listen that wants to work with you. Where can they find you? How can they get in touch with you? Let us know.
Partner.
So definitely, of course, everything you can contact us through our website, which is thebusinessandbrand.com. So it's fully spelled out, thebusinessandbrand.com. Or you can send us an email at info@thebusinessandbrand.com, and then somebody from our team will be in touch with you from there. And of course, follow us on social media. So I'm at Terrence Hight Jr. and Bridget.
I'm at Creative Bridget. Make sure you follow us. And we're going to send Dr. Rankin an event that we have coming up called the Boss Strategy, where we help emerging and growing entrepreneurs scale and grow during this COVID crisis, because it's very tricky and a lot of people are running out of runway. So we'll send that to her so she can get that out to you guys.
Definitely. So we'll have that posted. We'll also post the link and all of their platforms that you can reach out and like, share, and follow them. And if you are in business and needing their service and branding, because remember, they not if you a hustler, no, don't do it. But if you have a business that you're wanting to upscale and scale and do things right, contact the business and brand. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for your time. Guys, this is great.
You.
This is our first session of Millennials Making Move. Again, we have some more wonderful segments coming up. Next week is another new segment called Ask the Expert. So, with young people, they're always looking for life skills and help in this world. So we decided to do the Ask the Expert, and where we're going to bring in people, subject matter experts on things that they need. So next week we have an expert that's in human resources. So everything that you wanted to know about human resources and job market, how to go out for jobs. Bridget talked about some of those skill sets, or even how to send emails and how to speak to executives. So all of those, bring your questions. So she is another expert. She's amazing, and she's going to address that aspect of HR. So we're going to put that post up. So if you have questions, let us know. Other announcements, again, if you have not, you know that the journal is available on Amazon.com. So go and get your journal, Adulting in My Purpose, on Amazon.com. And we also have recently launched the Adulting in My Purpose course. So if you are wanting to up level, to grow in your own personal growth experience, go ahead and register. Registration is now open, and the link is there for you, and it's also will be in the comments. With the course, we'll take you through the journal. So many. Alex was one of our students in there, so tell them, Alex, about the course. Tell them they need to register. And the transformation is just amazing, because it's all about personal growth and self-discovery. And just as Bridget and Terrence mentioned, the more you know about yourself, the more you can find your purpose, the more that you can truly hone in into what it is that you have been created and called to do, and then create that life that you desire. desire and what you want to live. So go ahead, register for the course. Let us help you. Let us help you take you to the next level and truly invest in who you are and who you called to be. So again, thank you guys for your time.
Thank you.
I will be in touch again. Hopefully we can have you back on the show for some more conversations and to help our audience as well. So you guys have been wonderful, and we'll see you again, guys.
Thank you.
All right, bye. Thank you.
So we'll be back next week at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time right here on Facebook. So you guys be wonderful, be blessed, like, share, and definitely look out for the link so you can get with Bridget and Terrence for those that are interested in their work, and follow them and definitely support what they're doing. You guys have a wonderful night. Take care.